everybody. Welcome to Under the Arc Sports. My name is David Woldingen, and today we're talking St. Louis City SC. However, before we do, please remember to hit the subscribe button to our YouTube channel. Check out our Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. Now, we're coming off a Leagues Cup break where St. Louis City got knocked out before the group stages, so they've had plenty of time to rest, get healthy, recuperate, and get ready for this final stretch. The good news is St. Louis City sitting at the top of the West table with 41 points. Behind them is LAFC with 37. Then you have Salt Lake with 37, and then the Seattle Sounders at 36 points, respectively. So St. Louis has a 4-point lead, and hopefully they can continue to keep everybody at an arm's length. There are only 11 games left for City before the playoffs. Really, all they need to do is win 2 or 3, I think it is, to clinch a spot in the playoffs. There's 9 total teams on the West side that will get into a playoff round. But more importantly, City wants to win as many of these as they can because they're at the top of the West. They get home field advantage all the way through, which is very important, especially with the type of crowds they get at St. Louis City, at City Park, if you will. Some other good news, though, with that pause in the break between Leagues Cup is the team has been able to get healthy. João Klaus has been practicing with the team for the last week or so. Whether he's going to be listed on a roster for tonight's lineup is another story against Austin. They still might give him a little time, another week or so, if you will, before they start throwing him into games, or he might jump in near the end of the game and start working up the game shape. Another player who's finally making appearances for the club who's been injured all year is Joachim Nelson, who had a knee surgery. He played 2 games for the City Next Pro, basically City 2. He scored a couple of goals, is working himself back into game shape, and can make a huge impact on our back line in this final stretch. Not only with his abilities, skill, but just depth in general. They have another body they can throw out there if they need to, especially when there's a couple of Wednesday night games in between Saturday games. Finally, you have Noki Thorson coming in from Iceland, who's been cleared to play and potentially will make an appearance against Austin FC. He is available, so it's going to be interesting to see if they get him into the mix of things, get him into the game flow, and see how he gels with this team as well. Adding him along with Klaus potentially could be huge for our offense. Having Nelson coming back could be huge for our defense. It's like picking up guys off the transfer market, if you will. Very excited to see the final stretch run. The final 2 home games at City Park are going to be very, very important. The first one is against LAFC, and then the final game of the season against Seattle Sounders could potentially decide whether we're at the top of the table or not. So a lot of interesting notes to come. Plus, they're going to be playing Sporting KC on Labor Day weekend over next to the racetrack in Kansas. And then they come back here, I believe it's September 30th off the top of my head that they play Sporting KC at home for the final part of that derby, if you will. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch all this go down. Stay tuned. Hopefully City can pick up right where they left off in league play. They had won 4 straight before Leagues Cup. They had time off, got their mind straight, had a few scrimmages against other teams who also had time off. So hopefully they're back to form and ready to go for this final stretch. Stay tuned to Under the Arc Sports as we'll keep you updated on the playoff watch and any other news related to St. Louis City SC. Thank you for watching.